Sometimes you're going to have to shoot in less than ideal locations and you're just going to have to make it work. So here's how you go from no studio to a clean backdrop look in just a few seconds, and stick around for a bonus tip. So I'm going to show you my whole workflow from Lightroom into Photoshop and then a bonus last minute life-saving tip. So step number one is we're going to go into Lightroom and we're going to select the photo that we want to use and we're going to apply our edits. So I've done some basic corrections here in Lightroom. Here was my before and my after. I didn't do any color grading because it's a very simple photo with some like whites and some pale blues. The rainbow on the cake, that's fine. So all I did was just hit it with like plus 15 saturation and did some other basic adjustments to try and fine tune it a bit. And this is good enough for now. So now I'm going to right click on this image. I'm going to edit in Photoshop. Now that we are in Photoshop, we're going to do a few more edits real quick that I do on all my clients. So I have this plugin called Retouch for Me, and I am going to run a thing called Mattifier, Portrait Volumes, and Dodge and Burn. So we're running this program right now. It takes about 30 seconds per photo, and it's going to retouch the skin for me using AI, and this does it so much faster than I could do by hand. It does a pretty good job. And I'll show you real quick just the before and after, because this is such a life-saving plugin for me. So here's the before and the after there, and it just does a really good job applying some dodge and burn, rolling off some of those highlights with the mattifier, like the specular highlights. You can see there in the cheek right here. Let's zoom in. There's a before, after. Okay, I'm gushing about this product. We've done a whole video about it before. It's Retouch for Me. The link is in the bio. I actually have a coupon code because we talk about it so much on this channel. So if you use Flannery20, you can have some big savings between now and December, because I think that Flannery20 code is actually worth more than 20% off right now. I'll have the details listed in the description so you can go click on that. But this is one of those resources that I use on pretty much every portrait image that I deliver to a client now. Step number 3, all of our edits are applied. And here's where the magic comes in. Duplicate my background and lock it. And then I'm going to select my client here. I'm going to make sure hard edge up at the top here is clicked. And then I'm going to select. So we just fast forward through some of that selection there. You're going to have to clean up what you need. It doesn't really matter about her lower body because we're going to be extending this background, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But anything like this coat here, anything in the background where there's that overlap in the difference there, I'm just going to want to select that. So I'm going to hit copy, and then we can hit edit, special paste, paste in place. There's the shortcut right there if you need it, if you're on a Mac. And so now that is on a new layer. Now I'm going to come back down here, and I am going to make sure that my background copy is highlighted. All right, so now that we have this selection all cut out, I'm actually going to feather it by 1 pixel, hit enter. Then I'm going to hit Generative Fill. And if you don't see that, you're going to have to click over to the selection tool here. Hit Generative Fill. And I'm going to leave it blank. Usually it does a better job in referencing the photo and replacing the background if you just leave it blank. If you want to select a certain object and replace it. So as you can see there, it did a pretty good job just leaving it blank. And now you have a seamless photo. And if you want to, you can come up here and as you can see, it added a little bit to the finger here. So what we can do is clean this selection up a little bit. So I'm going to fix whatever happened here on the phone. All right, we're going to hit Generative Fill. Hit generate and see what we come back with. Oh, that's so much better. There we go. We're going to use that. Okay. Very conceivable. So there you go. You have this kind of before, right? And then we're going to go through here, and now we have all of this after. Cool. So nice, blank, clean background for you. Real quick, if you liked this video or found it helpful in any way, you can let me know in the comments, or you could hit subscribe. Both are free ways to help support this channel. So here's another lifesaver number 4. Let's say your client's like, this is great. However, I want to use it as the hero image on my website. So I need it to be a wide shot. So preferably, 1920, 16 by 9. So can you help me out there? And you're going to be able to say, yes, I can, even though it was taken vertically. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit File, Export. We're just going to save this as a PNG or whatever you want to. We're going to say test. So then once we save, we're going to hit File, New. And we're going to grab 1920 by 1080p, hit Create, place our test photo right here, hit Enter. It should be nice and centered. If it's not, you should go ahead and center that. So what we're going to do to extend this nice clean background is select some of the left here, hit Generative Fill, hit Generate, leaving it blank. Awesome, great job. Now we're going to grab the other side and grab a little bit of the border here, hit Generative Fill, leave it blank. And that one got a little bit wonky, so let's hit Command Z. We're going to just try it again. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have to do this 3, 4, 5 times to get it right. Oh, perfect. So much better. See what I mean? And if you want to make it look like it's in a huge room with some light splashes, they even gave you the option. So that's pretty cool. So now you can go to File, you can go to Export, save it as a PNG for them, and then they can downsize it however you want. And bing, bang, boom, you now have 16 by 9 and a widened image. So hit that subscribe button because I kept it short, sweet, simple, and to the point. Or you could also check out other videos on our channel where we cover a bunch of different photography tips.